Let's reset. So it's Sunday. Jeff and I just went for breakfast. Hold on, it's too loud. So Sundays are my favorite day of the week because I really like to take them as a mix of a little bit of relaxed work. So I don't schedule anything in really, but it's the day that I like to clean up the apartment, get it ready for the week. The apartment is so dusty. We need to wash the sheets. I need to do the bathroom and just do like a bit of a power clean so we feel nice and fresh for the week. All right, so everything is off the bed. I'm gonna actually vacuum the mattress. This is something that I do maybe once a month. It's just good to get all the dust and gunk out. I'll show you. I'm gonna empty the Dyson and then I'll show you before and after of the canister. It is disgusting. See how nice and empty this is? There's gonna be gunk in there, just watch. Where did all that come from? We're sleeping on that. Vacuum the mattress, who knew? Next, I'm gonna get a load of laundry started. I like to do sheets, bedding, towels, and then my laundry for the week. I gotta do like all my gym gear and all that stuff. And while all that laundry is going, I'm gonna vacuum, do the bathroom. We love a good multitask. And you guys know I always love to do my laundry with the True Earth laundry strips, who are the sponsor of today's video. I don't do laundry any other way anymore because they're easy, effective, and they just take up no space. Like, one of these babies is equivalent to one load of laundry. If you have a larger load, that's what she said, 2 strips is good. And I also really like, to cut them in half and do little hand washes. That also comes in really handy when you're doing things like traveling. The strips are free of a lot, like bleach-free, sulfate-free, paraben-free, cruelty-free, all the frees that you want to know about. And they come in scented and fragrance-free options if you tend to have sensitive skin. Oh, and bonus, they're made in Canada. Especially living in a small space, I can't imagine doing laundry any other way. So if you're interested in giving True Earth a try, and believe me, I think it's really going to transform your entire laundry routine, and not to mention the amount of space that your laundry stuff takes up, you can save 10% off your order using my code Christina10. I always have their discount code in every single one of my videos, so it's really easy to find whenever you're ready. Thanks so much, True Earth. So while that's going, the next thing I'd like to do is dust, because this place gets so dusty. We really have to stay on top of it like on a daily basis. But since I'm vacuuming today as well, I'm gonna dust everything and kind of let it fall to the ground. And whatever I don't pick up while dusting is gonna get picked up by the vacuum when I do that at the end. So whenever I end up doing a deep clean in the apartment, I always like to dust all the surfaces before I go ahead and wipe anything down with any surface or glass cleaner, because I find otherwise you just move dust around and it becomes a lot more work. I make sure to hit up the bed frame, the end tables, around the bed, because you'd be surprised how dusty that gets, the mirror, and even the baseboards and light switches before I move on to the rest of the clean. I usually will vacuum at the end because a lot of the dust that I do dust off just ends up falling on the floor, and that way anything that I miss will get vacuumed up later. And I'll pretty much do this room by room. The apartment's pretty small, so this is pretty quick. So much dust collects here, it's unbelievable. I just don't know where this comes from, and we have to do this every week or it really just builds up. So I make sure I'm quite thorough in hitting up the TV, the Sonos. I'm gonna move things out of the way so that I'm not just being lazy and dusting around things. And I also make sure to dust things like the Apple TV and our coffee table books that aren't on the coffee table. In this little nook is our entryway where we have our fast-moving shoes right here under this bench, which acts as some nice little bit of storage, but I just put things away and tidy it up. And since our front entryway basically moves immediately into our kitchen, I decided to put the dishes away, but I'm kind of going all over the place and just doing what feels most intuitive. So here I realized I was putting the blender away, which we keep on this little island that we got from IKEA secondhand. This is so handy for all our appliances because we don't have a lot of storage in this apartment, but it collects dust like nothing else. You can see how dirty this is. So before I put the actual blender away in its spot where it lives, I need to dust this off and clean it off. So I take everything off of the little shelves here, dust it off and give it a wipe down. And then I also use some stainless steel cleaner to make it nice and sparkly and shiny, and just put everything back in its place. And then by the time I was done that, the laundry was done, so I put in the next load, and then I moved on to cleaning the kitchen and the countertops. Since this was a bit more of an intensive cleaning, I wanted to make sure I got all the spots, splashes, and crumbs off of the countertops, and I even ended up cleaning our kettle because it really needed it. And I prefer to keep our dish soap in this little pump bottle that I got from Amazon. I just think it looks a lot cuter and it's actually easier to dispense. So I just refilled that and cleaned off the bottle so that it didn't have a bunch of soap scum all over it. And we're good to go for the next little while. When it comes to the bathroom, I like to tackle it from cleanest to dirtiest. So I always start with the mirror and then I move my way down to the sink, the countertops. And when I'm doing a deep clean, I even like to give our soap bottles a nice wipe down so they're not full of dust and soap scum, that type of thing. So they just look nice and clean and ready to go. And then onto the toilet. It's gross, it's gotta be done. I'll spare you the details, you all know what that looks like.
My least favorite.
And you know the rule, he who tops it off, drops it off.
It's full, Dad. That means you have to take out the trash.
Yep, that's the rule. He who tops it off, drops it off.
So I emptied the garbages, took them out, and the rule in our house is if you empty the garbages, you also have to put a new bag in. So that's what I'm gonna do here. All right, so bathroom's done, garbage is taken out, kitchen is clean, laundry is still going. I finished the towels and the bedding. Now I'm onto my clothes. Next we vacuum. By the time I get to vacuuming, it's like the signal that the cleaning is almost done. But this time I got a little distracted. Yeah, you know when you just see something dirty and you have to tackle it, you have the energy to tackle it right then and there, and then halfway through you lose steam? That's kind of what happened to me here, but at least we got it done. And then just finishing off the laundry, I typically don't like to dry a lot of my clothes in the dryer, so we have this really handy drying rack that pretty much fits everything. So to finish off the Sunday reset, I just laid out my clothes, my gym gear, anything that I don't want to put in the dryer because I want it to last longer, I don't want it to pill. I just lay it out here and we are done. So Jeff just came home, which means he's gonna help me clean. I don't like doing the shower, so that's what he always likes to do, right, babe?
That I always like to do?
And I also hate putting the sheets back on the bed, so he's gonna do that too, because I have no life skills in terms of putting a duvet cover back on. I actually like get inside the duvet and just sort it out that way. That way is the easiest for me. It's like building a little fort, and he can do it with a lot more class and common sense than I can do. Efficiency.
It's not that hard to learn.
But yeah, so we have just like the last few things in the dryer. I have all of my clothes on the drying rack here. I just ate a little bit of lunch and a snack. And now I'm gonna go to the gym. Maybe you don't get the final payoff of like the bed being made unless Jeff films himself doing it. This is all clean. I'm not gonna steam the sheets. I'm not that thorough, but everything's clean. Thanks again to True Earth for sponsoring today's video. The laundry's still going. If you want to save 10% off your order, I'll leave it all linked down below. And my code is always in the description of every single one of my videos, so no pressure to buy today. If you're interested later on down the line, you'll know where to find it. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next Sunday. Bye. I hate doing this part, so better. It's actually Jeff that did that, not me.